What's up? Welcome back to another video. I will be on my third week of Dupixent starting Monday, which means I will be starting my next treatment. But before we talk about my whole Dupixent stuff, I thought I'd talk about all the stuff that actually made a little bit of a difference with my skin. Just the basic generic, eczema treatment creams didn't do anything. None of the relief creams didn't do a single thing. We used to use Aquaphor, I think it's Aquaphor eczema treatment, and that worked for a little bit, but it still never really did anything for me. I've tried the Neosporin stuff. I've tried so many different, just generic creams that you can buy at the grocery store. Then I went to the dermatologist, and she recommended a couple things. So I figured I would talk about it. So I went to the dermatologist, and the first thing they recommended me is this triamcinolone acetonide cream. I was instructed to use it, as my daily moisturizer. And this was the first dermatologist I saw, and she told me, use this in the mornings, at night, after you shower, whenever you're dry, whenever you're irritated. Use this. She's like, this will solve all your problems. And as you can see, I used it quite a bit, and nothing happened. It actually made my skin more dry. And so we went and saw a different dermatologist because we were like, something's not right. And the second dermatologist said that this stuff is a steroid and you should not be using it as your daily moisturizer. She said it is a horrible daily moisturizer, and I believe her. This does contain steroids in it, so no, we don't want steroids. She said that stuff is actually proven to be worse for your skin, all this other stuff, and then she told me start researching the stuff that you use. You'll actually learn quite a bit. You'll figure out what to use, what not to use. Yeah. And then the next thing so after that visit, she had wrote me a prescription for this stuff. This is desoxyminaz. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce this. She said wherever your really bad, dry spots are, your hot spots, put a little bit of this on it. And this stuff is actually really old. It's probably expired. I just keep it just to know what I have used. I should probably write all this stuff down instead of keeping all this stuff. But this stuff, it's okay. It's really, really oily, so I don't really like it that much. I don't use it anymore. Most of these I actually stopped using except for one of these, and I'll tell you that. So that stuff, it worked, but I didn't like it because that stuff thins out your skin a little bit. And as you know, I already have super thin skin, so I don't want my skin to be any worse than what it already is. The next thing, she prescribed me two things. So this is like visit number 3 or 4. Someone is ripping some LS. Anyways, the first thing of these two is Eucrisa. She said use this whenever before you go to sleep and when you wake up. It's one of those, you start and stop with this stuff. And I don't have my big tube anymore. I don't know where it is, so I only have this small thing. I don't remember if you need a prescription for this stuff, but it is super expensive. And I have like a million of these, so I just keep them. These are like the little samples. They just gave me like a bunch. They gave me like a bag full of them. But this stuff, it's okay. I don't use it anymore, but it's just another one of the things that they recommended me. I don't really remember much on it, but I know it's similar to like a daily moisturizer. Next we have Leviathan. This stuff is a spray. This is an unopened thing. This stuff is really, really expensive. You can spend like $500 on like a little spray bottle of it. It's 500. I think I said 500. $500 on this stuff. It is not cheap. It is a spray whenever you're having a really bad breakout, or you're burning, or you're itching super bad. You just spray it and then rub it in. I've heard a lot of good things about it. It never did anything for me. I never noticed a difference. I still burned I mean, I would coat my arm and nothing would happen. I know a lot of dermatologists actually still recommend this stuff, so give it a shot. Ask for a sample. Don't go out and buy it. Ask for a sample and see how it works on your skin. With all of this stuff, do not go out and spend a bunch of money on all these creams and treatments. It's not worth it if it doesn't work on your skin. Get a sample, test it out, do your research what you're taking, because there's been times where I've been prescribed stuff and it actually makes everything worse. Everything worse. Like, it's not even the right treatment for, you know, what I have. I've been prescribed steroids for staph, and it just completely wrecked my skin. But yeah, leviasin, not real big on it. So I only use one actual cream, and it's actually the best thing that I've used. I mean, most creams don't do anything to me. This barely does anything, but it does more than everything else that I've tried, and that is good old CeraVe. So there are two different types of CeraVe extra treatments. There's blue top and red top. I sound like I'm talking about SRs. Comment if you get that reference. I like the red top. It does more for me. It's a little bit thicker of a cream. As you can see, this is like my fourth thing. I use it a lot. I started off on the blue one, then went to the red one, then switched back to the blue one. Now I'm back on the red one. Buying this at the store, it is probably the most expensive cream that you can buy, like at a grocery store, even maybe a pharmacy. It is actually cheaper than most of these things. I think Eucrisa is kind of close to the same price. I'm not really sure. But if you read the reviews on this stuff, it's amazing. I use it as everything. I use it for everything. Daily moisturizer, when I wake up, after I shower, before I go to bed, when I have hot spots, when I'm itching, when I'm burning, whenever I use this stuff. There's only one bad thing. You can wash your hands like 4 times and your hands are still going to be kind of oily. So what I do is I wash my hands, I take a towel and just rub it like crazy, and that usually gets most of it off for me. That's the only bad thing about this stuff, but it lasts me, I'd say, about 2 months. I don't know if that's a lot or not, but it's pretty good. I would actually recommend trying the blue one first, before you get the red one, because from everything I've read, the red one is a little bit more extreme. And the first time you use either of them, you're gonna burn for like an hour, but after that you don't burn anywhere else. Like, you're good. You can put it on, it never burns. It only burns the first time I put it on, and I think that might be your skin getting used to it or something like that. But this stuff works wonders. It is the only cream I use. It is for everything. For everyone that asks me what do I use on my skin, or if they ask, wait, what can I do for my skin, I recommend this stuff. It's the first thing I recommend, because yeah, it can be kind of expensive, but it works. Do not be afraid to spend $22 on one of these. You're good. So I am getting my next Dupixent treatment in 3 days. I will probably include that clip in this video. I'm not going up to the dermy to do it. How do I feel about Dupixent? Well, as you can see, my skin is actually a bit clearer. I have noticed that I'm not itching as much. I don't burn as much when I get out of the shower. I don't burn when I'm in the shower anymore. One thing I have noticed, and it's because I've had eczema for so long, I itch just to itch. Like, it's in my brain. I subconsciously itch in my sleep, even in spots where I don't have eczema. Like, I'll itch. I have, like, this is from me itching, and I don't even have eczema right here. Of course, it started breaking out after I itched, because, you know, when it heals, it's just, you know, whatever. But I do subconsciously itch, and I've been working on that. So that's one thing I haven't heard anyone talk about when they talk about their Dupixent experience, is I don't itch my eczema spots as much. I mean, of course, I have, you know, the daily, oh, it kind of itches right here, let me scratch it a little bit. It's really hard not to itch when you've done it for your whole life. So that's one thing I really got to work on. My lips aren't as dry anymore. My skin is starting to thicken up. You know, I used to, if I just do this, you could see my skin just break apart and just start bleeding. My hands look a lot better. My hands used to be really bad. They're not as bad. Everything heals so much faster. I would itch through when my skin was like super duper thin, and I would have scabs and scars for weeks. It would take a couple weeks at least to like fully heal, Now it takes a couple days, and that's already off my first treatment. Like, that is amazing. I don't have really any negatives. I don't feel any different. I just have the same amount of energy. I still sleep well. Appetite the same. My eyes, a lot of the side effects have to do with your eyes. My eyes don't itch. My eyes aren't red. You know, I don't get teary eyes. Everything is just so good. I'm kind of blown away that this stuff works so well. So I'm finally seeing an improvement, you know, with this. Oh, well, anyways, with the CeraVe, I was stable, but now I'm getting better, and that's amazing. So if you're thinking about trying Dupixent, do some more research on it. Watch a couple more videos. I can maybe link a couple videos if I remember. But this stuff, I have nothing but positive experiences. The injections, from what I remember 2 weeks ago, they're not that bad as long as you do it slow. But I mean, I'm amazed at how well this treatment works. I think it's amazing that it works so well. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them. All my links are in the description, my Instagram, my Twitter. So if you need to send me a question there in private, you know, go ahead and DM me. If you have any like generic questions, I will answer as many as I can. So one thing I learned is to ask questions about your eczema. So do not be afraid to ask me any questions. Without further ado, I hope y'all, you know, enjoyed this. You know, I tried to share as much information as I can without making this video 20 minutes long. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully it won't be another eczema video. It might be something different. I don't know. Thank you guys for joining me on my eczema journey. I'll see you guys in the next one.